Alright, so here we are rolling the tape. Now watch how I set up the turret. I know we're going to lose first point, so I want to set up my turrets first in case she's gets here before I set up turrets to destroy shield gen. Look how I placed those two on the floor. So if she uses invisible to run across here, she has to run over the turret. What was that? A word of advice. Now watch this. You'll see contesting point. Okay, so I realized that, and I saw no one's on the point, so who could that be? That's obviously the Sombra in her invisible mode. She's obviously looking for the shield gen. Alarm system off. Nothing there, so we move on. We set up another. There she is again. Desperately trying to get the shield gen, but she can't. Okay. I'm gonna stop it right here and show you why setting it on the floor against a Sombra is optimal here. Okay. Okay. So let's get back to the tape. We just killed her in the corner over there, and we're waiting for the next engagement. So our Widow just used her ult, but didn't necessarily see where the Sombra was. You see that? She literally just tried to ult the shield gen. Because now, why did she do that? Why didn't she just invis in to destroy it? Because she realized from her last tries that she had no chance of doing that by running in there. So then she tried to throw her translocator in there to get in there to destroy it. But she couldn't, because she's just gonna wake up the turrets. It's gonna set an alarm, and I'm gonna stay close to the point and run back and kill her. Now that location on this map is where you should put shield gen every single time. You shouldn't put it behind the point. You may want to in some situations, but I believe 99% of the time. Look, alarm system off. See how she has to try to get every single one? Now she's gone, but we have 6 in our kit, so we're just gonna reset up. Think about all the benefits we're getting here. She's not attacking our team. She wasted ult on the shield generator. She's trying to deal with the shield gen. She's not killing anyone because she realizes it's a major problem. And this is the value that Sim brings. And what I hate about this is it's not quantifiable. In other words, you can't measure her value. You can measure Mercy's value because you can look at healing done and etc. You can look. You see how he changed. You see how we're constantly checking the enemy team comp with the option button, and we see that the Sombra changed to a Roadhog. We got him to swap off Sombra because it just was not working. The Sombra based on our ult and our turret configuration. Okay, and the guy who changed was the Roadhog. Now we're not done here though. The Genji on their team is going to eventually swap to Sombra. And maybe he does it because he wants to get the shield gen down. I don't know. Or maybe he does it because he wants to try something else and he realizes that Genji isn't working. Or we're going to have 2 separate people play Sombra. And you're going to see that this guy goes Sombra to try to destroy the shield generator. And he's going to be unsuccessful every single time, based upon our knowledge of our in-depth map knowledge, our knowledge of look, he just changed, and I realized that, so I went back to set up all 6 over here. See, originally I left 4 there for the Genji. You don't need as much for Genji, and I used 2 up front because I wanted to help slow down the enemy team. So now I went back to set up more. So I'm gonna go ahead and, so you see the Sombra died, so I'm gonna go ahead and forward this so you can catch the engagement. I'll let you watch me kill this Junkrat and the Roadhog. And you know what, I was gonna fast forward it, but I changed my mind because this gives me time to give some understanding on why. You see how I'm playing passive with my shield generator here? I'm staying near it. So when the alarm system goes off, I can go and attack whoever's trying to destroy it, right? Basically the Sombra. That's what I've been doing the entire game. But you notice how I dove in strong and killed the... Oh, here we go. See, this is a new Sombra. He doesn't understand that we have an alarm system set up for him. And landmine turrets. It's basically a Sombra nest to deal with the Sombra. But you see how I'm playing passive and near the shield gen. Now, why did I dive and go forward aggressively attacking the Roadhog and the Junkrat? It's because I looked in the kill feed and I noticed that the Sombra died. So when Sombra's dead, there's no one on their team who poses a threat to get my shield generator. So I chose to attack. That's perfect time to attack, because if I die, no big deal. 10 seconds later, I'll spawn back, and the Sombra's not going to be there in time to destroy the shield generator. Okay? So, you know, it's a win-win situation for your team. It's... Look, she's trying to get it again. She's just giving up there. So, that's that. And you notice how the Sombra... See, I'm really excited with this this whole Sombra getting a buff thing. Now she got a buff, and now they're talking about nerfing her a little bit, but whatever the case, her viability went up a little bit, so she's been used a lot more, especially in the higher ranks, I believe. And the good thing about Symmetra is that when a good Sombra is on your team, you synergize with her very well, and when a good Sombra is on the other team, you actually counter her pretty well. One way in which you counter her is, as we just saw, if you could find a one-way in spot to put your shield generator, preferably a one-way in. You know, you may find other spots, but one-way ins are the best. That is probably the best shield generator spot in the entire game, any map. Or if you can manipulate the map in a way in which it may seem as if it's a two-way in towards the shield generator or a three-way in, but it's actually a one-way in, and you know how to configure your turrets in such a manner in which you optimize maximum value from your turrets in protecting your shield generator, then you counter the Sombra so hard, because when your shield generator's up and it's away from your team and she has ult, she can either ult the shield generator or ult your team. Now, which one would you rather have? Well, you would rather her to ult the shield generator, okay? Because you don't want her to ult your team and then they lose all the shields anyway, and then it's a team wipe. You know what I mean? So if she ults the shield generator and destroys it, that's, you just saved the team. That's what I mean by it's not quantifiable Symmetra's value in a lot of ways. Also, if you would have saw my stats at the end of the game, I had no medals. I had no medals whatsoever. But I did provide a probably, I don't want to say the most value on the team, but a pretty hefty amount of value was given to the team. And they don't even know it. That's, you know what I mean? That's the thing about a great sim. That's why sim is, well, it's one of the reasons why sim is so hated, is because when you run into a great sim, a lot of ways you don't even know that she benefited your team in such a impactful way. You don't even know it. How would my team know that I was a major factor in helping them win that game right there? They really wouldn't know. They wouldn't understand that, you know, the Sombra wasn't in their hair the entire game because she's trying to deal with me and my shield generator. They wouldn't understand. They wouldn't know that because they don't see it. They're too busy doing their thing, not understanding that I'm providing a lot of value because they're not dealing with the Sombra. She's constantly trying to get the shield generator. Also, you notice that the Sombra, because this map and our turret configuration, the way we set it up, the fact of the matter is she only has one way in, and she noticed that she couldn't just throw her translocator in without dying, so she tries to just ult the shield generator. The problem is that she missed it. Maybe it like hit a wall and she didn't clear the corner over there to do it, so she missed it, and then she tried to destroy it anyway, and she still died. Okay, So that's one way you counter her. You counter her because when your shield generator's up, she's looking for it, and that's time put forth in trying to search your shield generator and not hurting your team. Two, if you set up your ultimate in the optimal spot in which she can't destroy it, she's having a hard time, that's more time she has to dedicate to destroying your ultimate. So that's more time your team doesn't have to deal with her. Okay. Three, another way you counter Sombra pretty good is when she tries to hack, she can't take any damage whatsoever. If she takes damage, then the hack is canceled. Well, if you set up an egg nest around your team, around the boxing ring, or you can say the mesh point where your team will be, then no matter what, when she enters the egg nest invisible and she tries to hack and she goes she goes back to visible again, she's gonna get zapped by a turret, and when that happens, that cancels her hack. It doesn't matter that the damage is only 25 per second from a single turret. The fact of the matter is she's getting damage, so she can't hack. So you counter Sombra from hacking your teammates if they stay in the boxing ring, in the egg nest. That's a critical thing. If your team is leaving the egg nest over and over again because they want to be, Superman and whatever else they want to be, they want to get 4-man kills, be super aggressive and stuff like that. It's plays like that loses games. I mean, there's like 20 seconds left, and you're holding them, and you get like a team wipe. And then you have like a Roadhog that pushes forward towards their spawn or something like that, and then they kill him, and now it's 5-on-6 and they're rushing the gates. You know what I mean? But if your team actually stays true to the defense and they stay inside the egg nest, the Sombra is going to have massive problems hacking. And when she's getting damaged by your turret, the alarm bells go off, you can turn and start melting her away, and she'll have to translocate out of there. Okay, so now she's not getting her ultimate as well. So, the point of this video was to show you that you pretty much counter Sombra. A lot of people don't know what counters Sombra. Well, in actuality, the Sim is pretty strong against Sombra in a lot of ways if you utilize your kit correctly. Okay, but that's the basis of the video. I hope you learned a little something, and hey, keep simming.